really good at putting like pictures and hearts and stuff. Seems really so many ideas. He picks it up, he's gonna be like, well, we did this much. It's probably there's actually no grass in the goal.
Too drawn to me, I don't like it.
Like 100 pages deep.
No, yeah, that was just my file.
I'm just gonna pull up what I did.
You wrote the comments, so that
My
might be
email.
I didn't read the comments. At least it was
Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
You passing all for this? Are you gonna take off next Friday? What do you usually do it?
I used to never on taxplan.com or whatever.
Yeah.
I just tried it like Obama's taxplan.com. That's what
You know, all I do is like hang out with my
I was like, there's a guy on the YouTube site, Obama, by now, you know.
We get along with
You already do the math.
yeah.
The math thing.
Divided by
Yeah,
million.
but like,
So
I don't do the
Can you do the math thing yet?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I don't even remember how to do it. It was divided by a million, though, right?
Yes.
Do I have to pay for it?
Put this in the folder right there. We can
Physical resolution thing, I think.
I don't know what to do with this one.
I feel like I did something wrong.
Closer snow
Okay, so what are you doing now?
It's funny because I didn't know where I can't see it either. So yeah.
I didn't even know it was here, but I noticed it's here.
That's fantastic.
I grew up in the. I just thought of
Yeah, what next?
There we go.
After
Right after.
Greater than 3.
I released it, that's not good. Oh, then it's not like cheap. It's not like that. Yeah, I never knew that.
He made it much more difficult.
I have no idea.
This is our basic data set that I'm working with, it's Paraguay. And we're going to set up now a production function using a Paradomar. So I'm going to have to set up the sum of I.
Mathematical operators.
The first one will be this.
Is it I, you said?
Aye.
The program?
Which paragraph is exactly? What just happened?
I don't know what happened.
Where it happened? And you should press expand at the upper right hand corner. Why not? Just happened.
Yeah.
Are we using C as final consumption expenditure or household?
Household.
You're way lost.
Don't worry, sorry.
What's he copying?
No idea. Yeah, simple mathematical operator. Click up one thing.
It's all the way to.
Yeah. Yeah, when you look at the symbols, it's like this one. Symbol?
Yeah,
Mathematical operator. Yes, and up one. So just click up one.
You're on.
They found it one time.
What?
My number is like.
So now we'll put in transformation.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Sum of up.
Dude, that's when you page copy this color.
Copy this number. Copy that number, put it here. Now this number will be equal to the second number over here, plus the first number over here. Control Shift up.
Oh, that makes sense. I know what you're doing.
We just did. I didn't ask you one question. Mine below.
Here.
Wait, how did you do
I love this class. Everybody see that transformation?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's awesome.
Now what that does, it accumulates the I. This is a proxy for capital. Having done that, we're going to use our regression.
Oh, all gaps I have in. Still, here's the fun part, we have to catch up because he's like going all out.
Everyone else missing the data.
Absolutely.
For the Y range, we're gonna use Y. Oh, sorry. Take that back. We'll do the task. We're not gonna use that for the Y range. For the Y range, we're gonna use YT plus 1.
YT plus 1.
Now to get YT plus 1, we have to go Y, start with 1991, and go down. Copy that, put that here. So you notice the number that we have here is in 1991 over here. This number over here is 1992. So this is Y of the next year. Okay?
Oh, okay.
This is Y of the next year. YT plus
Yeah,
one.
that makes sense.
That's why I don't use ours anymore. What's going on
We
there?
have to make two transformations. One to get the sum of Y and one to get Y.
Let me get the sum of I, let me get the sum of I. Is that what you said?
It's like a riddle, I have to figure out. He talks.
Okay. Now that we have that, we can go up here and get the regression. And for the Y range, we'll use this. For the X range, we'll use this.
What's the Y range?
Still hasn't shown.
The Y range is this YT plus 1. And now we'll go down to here.
Did you just try that? Yeah.
We'll put all this information in.
Okay. The exchange is the sum of I.
That's a Y range.
No.
But
Oh,
later,
don't worry about that.
The Y range is YT plus 1. The X range is the sum of Y.
They have to have, you have to highlight the exact same amount of rows. Does that make sense?
Yes. It does. Because you can't have regression with the 5 rows and all.
Yeah, what the hell just happened?
does everybody see this? YT plus 1,
No!
that's the Y range, and this is the X range.
Seriously?
He's videotaping.
I got you.
These are the regression coefficients,
I wish I would have warned me.
these two numbers.
Yeah.
So we're going to label this regression.
Did that work? If you just highlight the start? Click on, the light switch. You just drag down the piece.
Yeah.
You include the one.
Actually, I didn't bring in this
My coefficients are really different.
They are. They should be. It's called the Herrick-Domer.
The numbers are the same.
Yeah, it's
I've never heard this before. I'm learning something new today.
The Harold Domar.
Oh, so-
Just did regression.
The way we express it,
Just the next one down.
Also, this plus like this.
And they're not gonna lie, it's the first one, it's that value.
What's the Y range again?
Second one is.
who has
That's the high value there. Plus that. Yeah, plus that.
Yeah.
The Y range is YT plus 1. The X range is the sum of all.
Yeah, but you can get
Why did it each year? Makes sense.
There's just some good reads though.
This is fantastic.
This would be awesome if my Excel sheet was still there.
There's some good read stops.
What? Do you save everything? Save
Just
everything?
do the same thing? Oh,
Just keep saving.
oh, it is? I hope so.
So there's our,
Go and plug it.
this is our equation for the production function. YT plus 1 is equal to 5413.533 plus 0.091559 times the sum of y.
People side by side.
Now, the first thing we want to compute from this is the I core.
the Y, the next Y. That's why that's you started mentioning.
That's incremental capital output ratio. We write it up here.
Incremental capital output ratio?
I core. Incremental capital output ratio.
Yeah, I do. So it's easy. Next, the first one, right?
We're assuming that's the fixed number. And that's going to be equal to 1 divided by this number over here. In this case, it's 10.92195.
What number?
You shouldn't get any negative numbers for this capital output ratio.
Wait, it was what, 1
What
divided by
number?
whatever that was?
Huh? No.
1 divided by what number?
Coefficient.
You see where
That's
that's,
when you're like taking it
like,
by 1 year, the whole
this
thing?
crosses
Oh, okay.
is the coefficient of the sum of I.
So then come here at the end to the whole one.
Okay? Everybody see that?
See it?
Good.
Just so, what's the equation again? I core?
The equation is the Harrow-Goldmark reduction function.
So this is to find out what's going to happen next year.
It's
And
what?
we're computing the I core,
Formula?
which is related to this coefficient over here.
So this is for formula?
So I basically just copy the full without
Yeah.
that.
Now, I'm also going to compute over here the sum of y.
Let's figure that.
Copy this.
19 minutes.
I do stuff.
And I think I'll add a space over here.
See how we have that space in the 2 steps ahead? And we sent it everything, I'm just. Should be hundreds of pages. Search.
And we're going to get the
I'm answering now.
sum of I divided by the sum of y. Take this number. Copy it. Put it here.
Where's number one?
And this number here is equal to this y over here plus this y over here.
Enter.
Over here. we'll do the number.
So it's a sum of them. So it should
Complete trickery.
equals sum of
Now this is equal to the sum of I number divided by the sum of Y number.
yeah, but
Now you notice these numbers, let me just bring them down at this brief spot. This last set of numbers represent the proportion of the GDP, the cumulative GDP, that was spent on the cumulative investments.
The ratio?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the proportion of the cumulative amount of GDP that the country earned and spent on the cumulative investment. Well, you can see that in the early years, around 1990, the country was spending about 32% of its GDP on investment.
Oh,
Okay.
But in the last few years,
that makes sense.
it sort of tapered off to around 25%. Now, this is very important for projections purposes. We've got to make some kind of assumption on how that is going to hold up in the future. Will they continue this trend of a downward decrease in the use of GDP for investment, or will they move it back up again? So we have to make some idea of what that ratio is going to be, right? So let's take a look at that set of data and see what kind of a curve it uses. And that might give us a hint about what to do with it. Now, if you have inside knowledge in the country and you're talking to the finance minister and the head of economic planning and you know all the big business people in the country and all that, you might get a better idea. But in the absence of that, the only thing you can do is see if there's any kind of future model for that. So we're going to transfer this data. We want to look at this. So we're going to do some investigation.
We did use it to clean up simple bits. You got to hear this. I have had her go on all of this.
I mean, if this were to continue to go down, it would mean that investment of the share of the GP would go down, and certainly would slow down. But maybe it's going to turn around. Let's see what kind of a graphic does that.
Transpose is so big. No. I just think you Taylor.
Goes down.
Let's do this.
What?
You see
That was
what
mine.
now we can look at.
My trend is weird.
Mine is Ireland, and obviously.
You're awesome. Mine is.
Now, sometimes it's not reasonable that it'll go down all the way.
Mine is going way down.
Mine trended downward and went back up.
Yeah, mine
Another way we can look at this is take the logic.
I don't think it's infrastructure.
That's fine.
It's a lot of foreign direct investment that line.
Capital.
Yeah.
Did we delete that motion for another thing? What?
I love the polished stuff.
Oh, what is that? Maybe that's what.
You should show them
Take a log of,
Wait, log of Y? What?
Try to see. What I'm trying to see is reduce the 100 times number. The previous step.
Okay, that's it. Okay. That's fine.
Oh, did that? Okay.
Does this say LNLY?
I just want to yes. Professor, what's the Y range again? I'm sorry.
Sorry?
What's the Y range?
The log of, is this log?
Professor, how'd you get that last column? LNIY?
It's the logarithm of the middle number times 100.
Yeah.
We multiply the letters times 100 times 100. Are you in the right track?
So you have 2 clicks for 5.
So this gives us the instantaneous growth rate. Very low, it's a little negative growth rate. Very low negative growth rate. And this is the intercept.
Mine is confused.
Now, if we apply this instantaneous growth rate to it, it's going to continue to go down over the projected period. So let's project it out to about 2010, 2020.
You did a regression analysis on that too? You're like watching it and then it's just added to you.